Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to this video where we are going to go over the questions that you had submitted and I will do my best to answer them. So welcome to today's Q&A about twin flames, also about inner child. So we'll get right into it and we'll start off with the first question that you had sent in, and thank you all so very much for sending in these questions. So the first one we have is how to know if he's really my twin flame. This is like one of the reasons why many clients get readings. I know even for myself, when I was on my journey, I wanted to get confirmation from other readers to know that my twin flame really was the one. And of course, when I would go to readers, they would confirm that there's a twin flame connection. So keep in mind when you go to get readings, the readers are basically reading your vibe. If you feel like they are truly your twin flame, that's the energies that you're putting out, and the readers will pick that up. If you're feeling very discouraged, if you're feeling like it's a very toxic connection, if you're feeling a lot of anger, resentment, any type of negativity, a reader will pick that up and say, no, they're not the one for you, because the energies that they're picking up are so horrible and so miserable. So they're going to say that they're not your twin flame. The only way to really know, in my experience, and I've been on the journey for, I want to say, over 20 years. The only way to know for sure is to know yourself, to know who you are at your very core. And you're like, but it's true. Think of it, because twin flames are mirrors, right? When you truly know who you are and you look in the mirror, you're going to be like, yeah, that's me. That's me. So when you look in the mirror, you're going to say, yes, that's my twin flame. You're just going to know, because you know yourself. You look in the mirror and you say, that's me. You look at your twin flame and you say, that's me. You're just going to know. And it takes a very long time. And if you're one of those lucky ones that haven't been on the journey for very long, and you may be very young, age is relative, and you already know, you're blessed, because you already know who you are. You know what you stand for. You know somewhat of what your purpose is. You know who you are in the world. You know who you are in your surroundings, in your family, in your environment. You know what role you play in the world. You know yourself from your higher self's perspective. And once you know those things, you will recognize your twin flame. That is the only way to know. There's a bunch of stuff on the internet, videos on YouTube, how to recognize your twin flame. And I post occasionally, signs you found your twin flame. But it's more like a feeling that you have inside. It's more like synchronicities happen. You hear their name. The universe is always giving you signs about this person. You can't stop thinking of them. You can feel them all the time. You can sense them. You can communicate even when there's no communication. You sense them. It's like twins that are born from the same womb. Twins that are like that share a special connection because they were created from the same egg, I believe. Yeah, the egg is split in two, right? And they grow up in the womb together. And so they share this is it symbiotic? They share this connection. So just like twin flames are created from the same flame, you share this connection. If you want to know what your twin flame is up to, you just go within and you can sense them. Now, a lot of the times we think we're just making it up, but that's intuition. That's part of how we experience our psychic abilities. We think we're making it up, but no, it's actually you're reading what's there. So to know who your twin flame is, to know if they're the one, you must know yourself, who you are, completely. Like, no one can make you question yourself. No one can make you doubt yourself. You have unwavering belief in yourself. You have unwavering confidence in yourself. When you get to that point, you're going to know, yes, they're my twin flame. Why? Because you know you. When you know you, like the back of your hand, and a lot of times we think we know ourselves, but when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was so way off of who I truly am. And I'm still discovering who I truly am. But it's because you're blossoming and you're constantly blossoming. So you're always evolving, you're growing. And until you see yourself as who you truly are, to the core of your essence, you will never be able to know for sure who your twin flame is because you don't know for sure who you are. Know thyself. That is the answer to everything. If you know thyself, if you know you, everything else is just easier. And you will know your twin flame because they are an exact mirror of you. They may be mirroring to you your opposites, but they are still your mirror. They will mirror your light. They will also mirror your shadow side. So depending what you're seeing and what you're not seeing in yourself, they will show you. It's like they're holding up a big sign. This is what you look like. I know, and sometimes it's not pretty. Sometimes you don't like seeing, who and what we are, but our twin flame shows us. And the funny thing is that we think it's them. We think that they're showing us their true color. Yeah, they could be, but they're also holding up that mirror. They're holding up that sign saying, this is you. Or this is both of us. But no one else is going to be able to show that to you. Or the universe is always showing us, but we don't listen unless it's a twin flame, because our twin flame gets us to the core. When a twin flame connection, you can't run away from these feelings. You can't escape them. You can run, but you can't hide from these feelings. So, awesome question. I could go on and on and on and on, but just remember, know thyself. When you really truly recognize who you are, when you look in the mirror, when you know yourself beyond a shadow of a doubt, you will know your twin flame. And a part of you already knows that it's them, but you doubt because you doubt in who you are. And that's okay. We all do that. It's part of the journey. It's part of getting there. It's part of the blossoming of our soul and discovering who we truly are. Okay. Does it matter that I am much older than him? Absolutely not. And in most cases, I find that there is an age gap. So currently, when I do readings, um, I want to say like when the age is like late 20s to late 30s, twin flames are closer in age. Now again, this is don't use this as a rule to go by. It's just from what I've seen in my readings. And then yeah, so like late 20s to late 30s, twin flames are pretty much around the same age. But then there are twin flames who are in their early 20s, who their twin flame is someone who is like 25 years older than them. So it kind of depends on where you fit, but again, there's no hard rule to where twin flames ages, you know, there could be, instead of an age gap, a cultural difference, a religious difference, you know, sexual orientation, whatever it is, because twin flames are meant to push beyond the limits of what society accepts, pushes those boundaries so that we as a planet can love and accept unconditionally one another. So twin flames, yeah, so a twin flame could be 25 years older than their twin flame. And in our society, if it's a woman who's older and with someone who's in their early 20s, like it's frowned upon. Like what? Why? Because if a man is 25 years older than a partner, than his partner, people see that as somewhat okay, somewhat acceptable. So it's all about twin flames pushing the boundaries so that there's an acceptance of just accept what it is. Acceptance and acceptance is unconditional love, and that's where twin flames come in to push those limits so that we're not seeing things as right or wrong. They just are. If you're 30 years older than your twin flame, if you're 40, 50 years older than your twin flame, we're going to get to a point where it just doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. We as a society, we put labels: right, wrong. This is wrong, this is right, this is right, this is wrong. Like, who cares? Just live and let live. So it's completely natural and very much common for twin flames to be in very different circumstances or situations, and age being one of them. Love is love. We cannot, our hearts can't stop loving who they love. So it's about getting to a point where we as society, as a world, can accept and just let people live, let people love in the way that they want to love. So it does not matter. It does not matter at all of the age gap or age difference. So thank you for that question. So the next question is he as aware as I am about this deep connection? We haven't seen each other for months though. Your twin flame is always aware of the connection, as much as they seem like they don't care or they're preoccupied, or twin flames put on a mask, especially when they're running away from the connection. If they're running away from your connection because it's so intense for them and they don't feel like they deserve love, they're going to make their situation work. They're going to appear like everything is honky-dory, everything's like good, they're happy. They're going to paint this happy picture so it looks like they're happy, but they're torn Because when a twin flame runs from the connection, when they run from you, they're running from themselves. Because when they accept the connection, they have to accept who they are. And some are just not ready to fully accept who they are. They can't. They've been programmed, they've been conditioned to not accept themselves. They're used to not being loved. So they're not going to run into your arms because you love them. They're going to run because they don't know what it feels like to be loved. We all have these wounds, not only from childhood, but from past lives. So runners run because they are not ready to face the pain. So they are aware of the connection, despite months, despite years of not being in communication. They will not forget you. It may seem like they do, but they have to in order to survive. They have to keep up appearances. Like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm not heartbroken. I've moved on. I'm in a new relationship or a marriage, or I have a family. So they have to keep up appearances. So of course they're going to seem like they're not aware of your connection, but they never forget you. Never. Never. Does my ex come back to me? I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean your twin flame. If it's your twin flame, they're meant to come back to you. However, there are a lot of things that are causing you to be in separation. One of them, as I just mentioned, is they're running away from themselves. They're running away from love. They are feeling like they're not deserving. They have fears, insecurities. They don't want to be made wrong. They don't want to be like shunned in any way. Because if they come into your connection, they could be shunned by people that they care about. So fears, insecurities, having to heal, needing to come into alignment with who you are, forgiveness. When there's no forgiveness, staying in twin flame union is almost impossible. Because twin flame union can only thrive on unconditional love. So if there's any area of your life that you're not expressing unconditional love, it takes you right out of that union. So both twin flames must practice unconditional love towards one another and all others in their lives. So if there's no forgiveness, your twin flame will not come back to you, because you have to do the work. So oftentimes we can say, yeah, they're not ready, they're running, they don't feel deserving, they don't feel worthy, but it takes two to tango. It's both of you. And that can be hard to look at, but when you really accept that your twin flame is exactly your mirror, you're ahead of the game. Because it's easy to always blame outside of us. But when we take responsibility for our situation, when we take responsibility why our twin flame's not coming back, you're putting yourself closer to where you want to be, which is in union. So it all depends on so many factors. And sometimes it just takes time for things to fall into place. It takes time for us to see what we need to heal, to accept that we need to heal, because a lot of us think we're fine. A lot of us think we're good. We don't need healing. That's what I thought. And I didn't realize that most of the times it's the ones who don't think they need healing need the most healing, because those are the ones that are suppressing the most emotion. Those are the ones like me who's hiding from pain. The one, because I used to say, I don't need healing. They're the problem, not me. Meanwhile, I was suppressing anger. I was suppressing resentment. I was in depression. I had anxiety. I had insecurities like you couldn't imagine. So all of that was from me that I needed to heal, but I just thought I was fine. I was living my life. I didn't need to heal. Oh, and I had to see it the hard way. And I don't want that for you. I want you to see for yourself where in your life that things are out of balance, and that you see for yourself what needs to be brought back into balance. So, yeah, I didn't think I needed healing. And that's what kept me in separation from everything I wanted in life. It was because I would always deny the fact that I needed healing, when really I needed it the most, because I had so much toxicity within me that I was like burying. And out on the outside, I would always smile and everything is great, but inside, I was like dying inside. I was losing my spirit. I was losing connection to my soul. And it makes you very sick, not physically at the time, but spiritually. I was unwell. There was a big imbalance. So when I started on my healing journey, I couldn't get enough. I studied with a spiritual healer for 2 years, and that's how I learned how to do healing for myself and for others. So I'm still working on myself, and it's a process that is lifelong. We never get to a point where I've done so much work on myself, I'm done. Wouldn't that be great? But in life, we are lifelong students, always learning. So yeah, it all depends. They are meant to come back to you, but it depends on so many things. Too many factors. Okay, the next question is how to detach from the outcome. How to detach from the outcome, how to detach from them, how not to obsess. Yeah, that's a tough one. In the reading that I just did, I said like we become so obsessed with our twin flame because once you find them, you don't want to let go. You're like a dog with the chew toy that, no, I don't want to let go of this fun chew toy, like mine, and you can't let go. And we obsess, right? Because all you want is union. And that is the draw. That is what makes you want to come into union. And that never goes away. However, we must detach, because then if we don't, it creates a big imbalance in other areas of our life, because all our focus is on our twin flame. And gimme. I want to be in union. I just want to be with them every second. And that's literally how it feels in a twin flame connection. It's hard not to obsess. But the way we detach is we focus on ourselves. The more we focus on aligning ourselves to who we truly are, and we align ourselves to having harmony and balance in every area of life, it brings them closer to us. It brings us closer to union, because when we work on alignment, alignment is represents union within. And when we have union within, it creates union without. So you must, sorry, I'm going to turn off my phone. You must detach so that you can come back into alignment. And it gets easier to not be so obsessed with your connection because you're focused on aligning yourself. You're busy working on yourself. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, commitment, and work to get to a place where everything is balanced in every area of life. Because when you have balance in every area of life, your twin flame union is just a bonus. We are meant to be fully self-actualized. I mean, sure, a lot of twin flames do that with their twin flame, but they've already done a lot of work. Twin flames who have done no work go into separation almost immediately, because it does take a lot of work. It does take a lot of awareness. It takes commitment and dedication to your own alignment and well-being. So when you're focused on yourself and every area of your life, you have no time to obsess over them. Like, you still think of them. You never lose that connection. You're always connecting with your twin, but you're using your love for them as motivation to get your butt in gear and get back into balance. Because sometimes twin flames meet so that you can, because at a critical time where you need to get your life into balance, there's something or more than one areas that are out of balance, that your twin flame comes at a time to wake you up. So when you're focused on doing that, when you're focusing on yourself, loving yourself enough to thrive in life, you have no time to obsess over them. And I'm saying this all with the utmost love and respect for you and your connection. Okay. When do you feel the connection is getting closer to union? Yeah, so when you're thriving in life, when you're feeling amazing, when you don't have anyone else to forgive because you've forgiven everybody, you've forgiven yourself, you've forgiven your parents, your caregivers, loved ones, when you don't hold resentment in your heart, when you're thriving in every area, you are so there. You are so there because you're in union with yourself. You've become self-actualized. You've come into union with your higher self. So you have to attract your divine counterpart. And I will say this. So you're doing all the work. You're thriving. You're feeling great. Things are balancing out in all areas of life. You've forgiven everyone. The reason why you are still in separation is because your twin flame has to also do that. Has to also do the work. Because what will happen is when twin flames come into union prematurely without having this work done and awareness, their egos, the woundedness will just keep bringing you in separation. So you come back, you go into separation, you come back, you go into separation, and that's what keeps happening. Very natural. This happens all the time. So when you're feeling great, when you're feeling super confident, super deserving of love, and you know you're worthy, you're in your Empress mode, you're in your Empress energy or Emperor energy, union is close. Union is right around the corner. You just got to give your twin flame time to catch up. So keep thriving, keep blossoming, keep being in that emperor energy, in that empress energy, because you are there. You just got to get them caught up. But they're right there with you, because again, whatever happens to you affects them. So keep doing the work. How to detach from the outcome. Okay, no, we did that already. Why do they run? Why does it have to be this way? We love to think that they're the ones that are running, which of course in reality it seems like they're running, but what's actually happening is they're mirroring you running from yourself. They're mirroring you running from the truth of who you are, the truth of, the fact that you're still holding on to resentment, anger from childhood, the fact that you haven't really forgiven anybody, the fact that you haven't forgiven yourself. There's so many reasons why you're running from yourself. And that's why you're attracting your twin flame to do the same thing. They're going to run from you. So when we are ready to confront our emotions, our healing, our woundedness, when we're also ready to face our brilliance, our genius, how amazing we are, when we're able to face all of that, our twin flame will appear to stop running. They're running because it's mirroring something that you're running from, that you don't want to look at, that you don't want to face. Is it you're not willing to face something that is unhappy in your life, that you're not willing to work through? Because that is often the case. Your twin flame situation will show you what you're running from, or will show you why you're running from yourself. So I hope that helps. Again, all amazing, amazing questions. Okay, so is it true that you can energetically push the other away by thinking of them? It's true you can push them away, but it's not by thinking of them. You push them away because there's something within you that's pushing away love. Because you don't feel whole and complete. You don't feel deserving. You don't feel worthy. Because of a pattern of something that happened to you as a child that made you think that you're not worthy. So whenever someone tries to love you, you push it away. And again, this will mirror in, you think that that's what your twin flame is doing, but really it's stemming from you. So by thinking of them, you're only connecting to them more. But I guess what you're saying is thinking of them like causing them to run. That could very well be how they react to it, because they're trying to run away from your connection, because they're running away from, being overwhelmed, their own fears, their own insecurities, their own feelings of unworthiness, undeservingness. So you're just both playing into your woundedness. But you can't push them away just by thinking of them. If anything, you connect more, but you push them away because of other things. Excuse me. Is it common for quite a big age difference? Yes. As we said earlier, very common. My dad, who I truly believe married his twin flame after 2 marriages. So his twin flame was his 3rd marriage, who he's currently married to. They are like 22 years apart, and it age, especially once you get much older, really there's no difference. You can't tell. So it really doesn't matter. It's like it's something that disappears once you get to a certain age. It's like who cares? But for people who are maybe considered younger, it's like, oh my god, they're 2 years older than me, you know? But it's just a number because your souls connect. And souls, in a sense, are ageless. So when your souls are connecting, it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, there are differences, generational differences, but really, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things to your connection. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. That's what I believe. Okay, so we meet each other once a month and it seems like it's only because of sexual attraction. Is this the ego? I want to say that if you're perceiving like it's just a sexual attraction, that stems out of your woundedness, because you feel like the only way that they will connect with you is by like having sex. And so that's stemming from an inner child wound of feeling unloved. So the only way you can get love or get attention is through sex. So that's an example of why someone may think that their twin flame only wants them for sex. It's a wound, because in the grand scheme of things, of course they want to have sex with you. Twin flames are very drawn sexually. Some cases not, but every case is different. But pretty much there's so much chemistry that you're just drawn sexually. And if you think that that's all they want, you're perceiving that because it's from your woundedness. So in a sense, yes, it's from the ego. But more importantly, it's to look at why you're perceiving it that way. When you heal that wound of feeling unloved because you didn't get the attention and love that you needed as a child, you will perceive your twin flame connection in a totally healthy way. That you will see that it's not just sexual, that they love you for who you are, they love your soul. But until that is healed, you won't be able to see that soul connection. You'll see it as just sex. So, hope that helps. Awesome question. How much does a twin flame reading cost? So this is Froken 1977. So a twin flame reading is $143, but there's a whole list of what you get. You just don't get a reading. You get the energies surrounding your connection, how they feel about you, what they think about you, what is blocking your connection, what needs to be healed, guidance, as well as possible future outcomes, plus a mini healing. So that's why it's $143. So I didn't realize that was that, or else I would have kept that to the end. How to be brave enough to move forward. There's a book that I read many years ago called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. And it's amazing that I remember the author. I don't think I have the book anymore, but feel the fear and just do it anyway. So that's how to be brave, I guess. Your desire will keep you wanting to move forward until you actually take action. You'll get to a point where you get sick and tired of not moving forward, and you will do what it takes to get the help that you need to move forward. It's usually we get to a point where we're just at rock bottom, and then we say enough is enough, I'm going to move forward. And then that's when you really decide. Because when you're kind of like cushy and comfortable, who cares if you move forward or not, right? You're feeling fine, you're all right. But it's when you're at rock bottom and you're like, okay, I have to do something. And that's when you will. You already have the courage. It's just making that decision to take action. Yeah, and sometimes we don't want to move forward because of fear. Our inner child is afraid. Okay, so how can black magic be broken on the DM to make him think he hates his divine feminine? So I truly believe it's all in what you believe. If you believe that black magic has power over you, absolutely it does. If you believe that black magic is affecting your connection, of course it will. But if you do not, you can acknowledge, okay, it's there, but you don't have to buy into it. You don't have to believe that something or someone has power over you, because that's you just saying, here, take my power. I am powerless, but you have all the power and you can do something to make something happen. When the truth is, you have all the power over you in your life. No one else does. The only reason why in some cases it does is because that's what the person believes. That person is saying, here, take my power and manipulate it because I believe that you have the power to do that. So if you believe that something has power over you, you're helpless to it. All you have to do is change your belief. Beliefs are everything. Beliefs shape our lives, shape who we are, shape what happens to us. So be very careful of what you believe and what you put your energy into. Because if you believe in black magic, you might as well just say, I have no power, take my power. But that's not true. You have to say, I am powerful, I am sovereign. I am who controls power in my world. I am the one who controls my own power, no one else. So they only have power over you if you believe it. Excellent question. Next question. Does law of attraction work for twin flames? Absolutely, 100% yes. Law of attraction works for all of us every single moment. We just don't realize it because we're not aware of what we're attracting. We are like walking magnets. And oftentimes we are attracting what we don't want because out of default, like we don't know what our frequency is emitting. So when we are aware of our vibration, then we say, okay, yeah, I attracted this great news because I put that out there. But every single day of every single moment of every single day, we're putting a vibe out there and we're attracting what comes to us. Because we are the creators, no one else. The universe is like this, like hologram. Whatever thoughts we put out there, the universe like just brings it into form. So when we're so focused on being hurt, being neglected, being unloved, being rejected, abandoned, wounded, painful, helpless, victimized, that vibe sends out thought frequency, and the universe just molds it so that it matches you. So we are always attracting through law of attraction. We just don't realize it, and we're usually repelling what we actually want to attract because of our thought frequency, because of our vibration. So it works very much so for twin flames. And it's usually because we cannot detach from the outcome that union is something that seems hard to attract. But when you remember that you are always in union within, it's just a matter of time before you come into actual physical union with your twin flame. Excellent questions. Let's go to the next one. What about them going after other girls but still being friends with you and maintaining the relation? To me, that sounds just like it's a karmic relationship. It's not really a twin flame. I'm just picking up the energy from you and your question. It sounds like you're very new to the journey. So this person could be just like a karmic where you're meant to learn lessons that will lead you to your twin flame. However, if you really truly feel they are your twin flame, they still need to experience life. They need to experience what they need to experience, what their soul needs to experience. So I feel like it's something like they can never get enough attention. They need more than one person to fill their need. It's like they have this hole inside of their chest, and you give them attention, it's still not enough. Someone else gives them attention, it's not enough. They have to go to the next person, the next person. It's like an endless pit. It's like it's just like a black hole. Like it can't be full. And that does stem from woundedness and lack of self-love. Because the only way you can really feel fulfilled is through self-love. You can never feel satisfied from one person or from multiple people. You just keep saying, I need more love, I need more attention, I need more, you just need more all the time. It's never satisfied, because the only thing that will satisfy you is self-love. And we're not taught that. And you're like, well, no, that doesn't feel as good as having attention and love from someone else. Yeah, because that's what we're taught. We're taught that we could only feel love from a person or from a parent. But it's true that we can learn how to love ourselves, and that's how we feel the most satisfied. But we have to learn that because we're not taught how to do that. So you're just on this journey, and it's going to take a while for you to really be in union, because they're still needing to experience how to self-love, because they're going after other people because they don't know how to love themselves. So the best way to help that is you find out how to love yourself the most, fill your own cup of love, and your twin flame will do the same, and that's what will bring you together. Okay. Next question. What if I was the runner, then chaser now? What if I stopped all communication? What if I was the runner, then the chaser now? What I am if I stopped all communication? Not really sure what that means. If you were the runner and now you're the chaser and you stop all communication, your connection will not move forward. And that's okay, because sometimes you need that pause. Sometimes that's what you're being called to do. You're being called to stop communication so that you can focus on you and they can focus on them, and then the runner chaser ends. That whole cycle ends. And if you're being called to stop communication, then that's what is meant to happen. And that's okay, because that's the time to do the inner work. Hope that helps. I had trouble understanding the question. What to do when not physically but emotionally separated? What to do when you're not physically but emotionally separated? Good question. So you're physically together but emotionally separate. Something is out of alignment. There's something out of alignment within the both of you that it's causing you to be separated emotionally. Like you're not connecting even though you're together physically. You have to first go within, get in touch with your emotions, get in touch with your feelings, be able to express your feelings to your partner, and then that will help you to reconnect emotionally. Because if you can't acknowledge your emotions, if you can't feel your emotions, if you can't talk about your emotions, there's no way that both of you can do that. It has to, both parties have to be able to do that in order for you to connect. You're disconnected because you're disconnected from yourself. So I hope that helps. What? Are we almost at an hour already? Okay, how to hold belief in the connection through separation, pain, and no one understanding. Excellent question, because that's the work and it's not easy. When you're the only one who's holding the belief in separation, despite the pain, and you have no one around you to support you or understand, this is what makes you a strong warrior of love. Because you're pretty much in it by yourself. But that belief alone will happen. And as time goes by, the belief becomes stronger and stronger because you're in separation, because it's painful, because no one else understands. Your belief gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's what makes you a strong love warrior, makes you a strong twin flame. And that's what the world needs, because other twin flames who are losing hope left, right, and center, and you're the one that's holding on to belief, like you're a leader. Everyone else who's giving up, that's okay, that's their choice, but it's because they couldn't take it. They couldn't take the separation, they couldn't take the pain, they couldn't take no one understanding, but you do. So you have that going for you, and that is what is going to see you through. So bravo, because I know it's not easy. You feel completely alone. You feel crazy, but it's your belief. So keep believing. And I acknowledge you. And I'm here supporting you every step of the way, because I'm just so proud of you for not giving up. The easy way out is to give up because it's hard. But in the end, that's actually the harder the harder path. It's so hard because when you give up on the journey, you pretty much given up on yourself in the sense of who you truly are, your own awakening, your own spiritual journey. It's like you give up on your twin flame connection, you're giving up on your awakening, because you kind of fall back asleep when you choose another type of connection, which is okay. Hey, people can still be happy. It's all in their belief, right? But the most growth I feel happens in this twin flame journey. So good for you for holding on. You are a leader. You are a true warrior. And I'm proud of you. Like, it's not easy. So the only way to do it is to keep believing. Despite what is happening around you, hold that belief. And every day it gets easier. After time, it's just like you know it, because that belief has been formed and that's just what you know. It gets easier. So keep going. Is it always hard? Is it always a hard journey, or does it settle? Yeah, just like I was saying, it gets easier. It's meant to be hard at the very beginning because the universe is like, the universe wants to make sure that you want this. The universe is saying, are you willing to fight for it? And you're like, I think so. The universe is, are you willing to fight for it? And you're like, okay. And the universe is like, are you willing to fight for it? And the universe is waiting for you to say, yes, I'm willing to fight for it. It gets easier. The stronger you are in your belief, in your the stronger you are in your belief of your connection, the easier it gets. And you will be tested at every turn. You will be tested by the people around you who will question your connection, who will question you. And it's all up to you. That's an opportunity. Are you going to stand for your connection, or are you going to go along with everyone else? And it all comes down to love. How important is true love to you? Or is it just about being accepted by everyone, by doing what they think is what they think you should do? Yeah. It's not an easy journey, but it does settle. And you get to a point where, I don't want to say you can coast, but you can manage, and your emotions don't get triggered every second by separation or what your twin flames situation is. You build strength as you go. So it does get easier. Okay, so let me just make sure I answered all those questions. Thank you for staying with me. Yep, I did that one. Okay, excellent question. So we just have 4 more, and these are about the inner child. No. Yes, 4 questions. How to teach my inner child to trust? Excellent question. So it's like building trust with another person. You build trust by giving your word to your inner child and following up on it. So say you make a promise to your inner child that you're going to do something fun after work today. Like you're going to go ride your bike, or you're going to go for a walk, or you're going to go for ice cream, or whatever it is, you're going to do something fun. When you say you're going to do it and you follow up and you actually do it, you don't just make a promise and break it. When you follow up on every promise you make to your inner child, they will begin to trust you. So when they trust you, it's easier for them to trust others. It's easier for them to trust your twin flame instead of pushing your twin flame away, because the inner child will try to protect you from getting hurt again. So your inner child will push away your twin flame, like energetically, like block. But when you develop trust in your connection with your inner child will develop trust in your twin flame and in every other relationship and in the world. When your inner child can trust you, they can trust the universe. Therefore, you can trust the universe because you and your inner child are one. So you develop trust with your inner child. That's how you develop trust to the universe. That's how you know the universe has your back. That's how you feel like they're there for you. Like they're going to catch you when you fall, or that they're always going to support you, or that the universe is for you. Is when you will feel that way when your inner child can trust you with what you promise. Awesome question. Once trust is developed within your inner child, you will have trust for your twin flame, and you will not doubt them anymore. You will never question them or think they're betraying you, because you've developed trust within your inner child. Awesome question. I'm so glad you asked that. How to connect and how often? Another excellent question. Connect as often as you remember. If you need a timer on your phone, if you need to write it down in your schedule, write it down. Connecting with your inner child makes you happy. So how to connect? You can ask a question in your mind. How are you doing, little one? How are you feeling? What would you like? What are you sad about? What will make you happy? What would you like to do? Do you need a nap? Are you tired? Asking these questions is connecting with them. Just think of it as you have an actual child in the room and you're getting to know them. How do you get to know them? You would ask them questions. You would get them to open up to you. And that's how you connect with your own inner child. You could do this by writing down questions that you want to ask them, and you could just write out what comes to mind. Whatever you hear is them answering you. It may take time at first because it may feel weird, but just like with anything, it feels, after a while, it feels comfortable. So just think you're connecting to a young child. What do you say? How do you treat them? How do you get them to engage with you? How do you get them to laugh and play and have fun? Those are all the ways you can connect to your inner child. And just think and remember back to what you liked when you were a kid. What did you like doing? How did you like people to talk to you? How did you feel comfortable? Who made you feel comfortable? And approach your inner child in that way, and connect with them as often as you can. Even if it's just asking every day what your inner child wants to eat. So that's at least 3 meals a day. That's connecting with them 3 times a day. That's amazing, because it's forming a relationship where they can open up to you and trust you and feel safe in the world. When your inner child knows that you're there for them, they won't have any reason to fear, which means you won't have any reason to feel fear. It's win, win, win. And when we're so busy connecting with our inner child, that's the work. We don't have time to obsess over our twin flame anymore. And then one day they just come knocking on our door because we're fulfilled. We're self-actualized. We have a good relationship with our inner child, which means we have a good relationship with the world, with the universe. It's all connected. It's all related in a beautiful way. Amazing question. How do we heal our counterpart if they don't want to work on themselves? It's very natural for them not to work on ourselves. It's a reflection that we are also being lazy. When our twin flame is not showing any signs that they are doing any inner work, it's because they were a reflection of us. They're reflecting our own laziness. We can never heal them. We can heal ourselves. By healing ourselves, they have to be affected as well. Whatever happens to one happens to the other, no matter where you are, no matter how much time, distance, how far apart you are. You do the healing on you. That's all you have to worry about. Not only do you help them to open up to their healing, but you heal your connection. Work on your own healing. That's the best thing you can do so that they open up to their healing, even if they don't want to. They will have a transformation because of your work, which will allow them to work on themselves. They will have an awakening and they will have self-awareness. But if we're always focusing on them, they're never going to wake up because you have to focus on you. When you're focused on you, they wake up. When you're too focused on them, they're just off in la la land, running away, not taking responsibility for anything because you're doing the same thing. When you're working on yourself, then you're taking responsibility. I know. It sounds harsh, but again, I'm saying this with the most love and respect for you and my desire for you to be in connection, in union. Thank you for the question. Simple things to heal the inner child. So writing letters every day to them, if you're not able to have a conversation, in your mind, you can write them letters, write them every day how much you love them, which will help them to open up to you, which will help them to feel safe. Affirmations that include your inner child. So whenever you say an affirmation, include your inner child in that affirmation. Really helps to heal. When you express yourself in the ways that you didn't get a chance to when you were a child, really helps to heal. When you forgive your parents or caregivers, when you forgive yourself, and when you ask your inner child for forgiveness, that really helps you to heal. Another technique that I really love is EFT tapping, or emotional freedom technique. You can search for it online and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. It's very easy. It's tapping. So you're using the tips of your fingers and you're tapping on acupuncture points. And as you tap on these points, you say whatever you want to release, whatever emotions. If you're feeling anger and you're having difficulty releasing it, EFT tapping really helps your inner child to feel better because you're releasing that pent up emotion that sometimes we're not taught how to release it. So emotional freedom technique is what it's called. And it's a very powerful technique. I also go over it in my 12-week online course as one of the techniques to help heal the inner child. Again, I also offer the Innerchild Energy Healings, but whatever you're called to, whatever you're drawn to, there's a lot of healing modalities out there. Not to say that you can't do it yourself. You can do it yourself by all means, but like a lot of us, I didn't know how to help heal my inner child, so I underwent therapy, and I also learned how to heal through a spiritual teacher through energy healing. So whatever you're called to, you can do it. You can absolutely heal yourself. I want you to be empowered to know that you can heal yourself. And it's just by researching, doing what you feel works for you, again, because we're all different. It's all like a individual journey of discovering what works for you, because we're all unique, we're all different. But I know energetically, energy healing does work because it goes to the core of who we are, of our vibration. We go into not only the emotion level, but the energetic level, and wounds from childhood as well as past lives. So please do message me on more information of those healings. So I think that's it. That's all we have. So I really hope this video was helpful for you. I will try to do these videos as much as I can. Please message in the comments below if you find these videos useful and helpful to your journey, and I would be happy to continue them for you. And I will post on my Instagram stories the questions whenever I do a reading. I'll be sure to post so that you can ask your questions so that I can address them in videos like this. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being open to information. Thank you for being open to my learnings of what I've learned and researched over the years on my own journey of healing. So thank you so much for taking the time and spending it here with me. I truly appreciate you, and I appreciate who you are in the world. I appreciate you for being a twin flame, because it's not easy, and who you are becoming is so incredibly beautiful. You are becoming a love warrior every day. So I am so proud of you for who you're being in the world, and I thank you for helping to heal our planet. So again, I am wishing you all so much love and peace.